Hello everyone, this is Aaron D. Glover. I want to welcome you to another podcast. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who listened to my last podcast. All of your positive comments and insight really meant a lot. It really gave me the, how can I word it properly, the motivation to continue to keep making podcasts to somehow uplift you, inspire you, and make you feel good about yourself, man. But today's podcast, I'm gonna say let's just talk about entrepreneurship. Now, I'm a big fan of young men and women deciding that they want to take their destinies in their own hands, and you don't want to be part of the daily, how can I word it, rat race. I honestly believe that if you have a hidden gift, a hidden talent, or a passion, and you can honestly say to yourself, you know what, I can see me doing this for the rest of my life, then I strongly suggest that you do it. No one understands that it's going to be a hard journey. It's going to be a long journey. Some of us get too caught up into get-rich schemes, and as my grandmother once told me, anything that comes too easy is not good. So I would say to you, sit down with some like-minded individuals and come together and get your ideas and write them down on a piece of paper. What I like to do is when I'm around those guys that I'm really cool with at work, or just some good friends, and we throw ideas at one another every other day. And it's not really about, like I said, it's not really about getting rich overnight. It's more about longevity. It's all about loving what we do, and it's all about us setting the standard for the next generation. My goal is to see that my daughter and my grandchildren and their grandchildren's children have something to look forward to 20, 30, 40 years down the line when I'm no longer here. For whatever reason, we don't believe in generational wealth. We're always thinking about the moment. And, some of us learned the hard way. And I will say this, when you don't respect money, money does not respect you. So once again, like I said, man, I really connect with some of the guys I work with. We got real close, and we're always talking about how can we invest some money. And I often come in and say if you got 5 guys in the room, and those 5 guys each have, let's just say, 10 grand each. And so you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $50,000, man. So I often like to say to them, we got to get part of some type of management group or an investment group to show us what can 5 individuals with $50,000 do. And you never know. You can go into real estate, you can go into stocks, start our own t-shirt business. We can I don't see why there's a reason why 5 men cannot come up with a good idea for a tie, a pair of socks. I mean, yeah, thousands of people with tie companies and sock companies, but I'm like, why not? You never know, man. It's always good to align yourself with people who shares the same desire as you when it comes to starting your own business, man. And once again, I've ran a business for almost 10 years. I had a t-shirt company called Soul Link Tees, and it was very rough, man. in the early days of my company being ran, it was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stressful nights, and at times I wanted to just give up, because when you're in a saturated business like the t-shirt business, there are so many people doing the same that you're doing, and the competition is rough, man. But I still stuck to it. Like I said, I did it for 10 years, and I didn't see it going anywhere. I mean, I appreciated the journey. I learned a lot, but I had to say to myself, man, you're pouring too much money into this thing, and you're not really seeing any overhead. But like I said, I learned a lot. And one thing also I will say is that, like I said, find somebody or someone who can help you with your goals and help you. I suggest that you get a mentor. I suggest that you do a lot of research in any business that you're going into. It's very important for us that work 9 to 5 and have a 40-hour week schedule. Don't get so caught up into that daily operation, man. You're gonna have to sacrifice some time to say to yourself, you know what, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Whatever kind of work that you're doing. If you're a cop, if you work in retail, if you work in the fast food industry, if you're a mailman, even if you're a police officer, if you have something that you would like to do, and like I said, if you can see yourself doing it for the rest of your life, I strongly suggest that you do it. It's very important that you don't give up on yourself. Like I said, I almost did it, but after I let the t-shirt company go, I took some time to just relax a little bit, because it took a lot. It took its toll on me, man, because I invested a lot of money, man. And like I said, I'm not saying I did this all by myself. I had someone at the time who really helped me, and this individual really gave it their all to help me see my goals. And we tried, and I tried, but once again, it's not easy. And it's very important that you do a lot of research on anything that you're going into business to, and don't rush into anything. Don't be so quick to take the money and just, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. Do plenty of research. It's very important that you do some research and take your time. What I did was, I sold a lot of what I like to call soul-inspired clothing, where I just found a nice print from maybe the early 70s, mid 70s, 80s, and I would put them on a t-shirt, and I would try to find the best quality t-shirt I could find, because I truly believe that I didn't want people to just make this shirt a throwaway shirt. I wanted these people to buy my clothing and wear it 5 to 10 years from now, and it still looks good and it's still quality, because that's how I wanted it to be remembered. But like I said, the business, I had to give up on it, and I decided that I want to go down, find another venture. Now, I probably will get back into the t-shirt business. I just don't know when yet. Being that I've done it for 10 years, I know exactly what to do, and I know exactly what not to do. It's just very important for those of us who, again, are caught up in a daily life of, work, come home, work, and not having any time to focus on yourself and what you would really like to do. I often go to, say if I'm going to, let's say, Wendy's or McDonald's, and I would look at the staff, and I would look at them and say to myself, I would guess that they may be 45, 50 years old. I would just look at them and say to myself, I know this person did not wake up one morning and say, I want to work at McDonald's. I refuse to believe that. So when I see these people, and I look at myself, and I say to myself, do I want to do what I'm doing for the next 10, 20 years now? I'm a workaholic anyway. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to pay my bills. But do I really want to stand up for 8 hours on my feet all day and work for a boss who may or may not be appreciative of what I bring to the table? No, and it gets frustrating. And I think that when you get to that point, it's time to find something else. It's time to say, okay, right now I'm 46 years of age, and I'm saying to myself now, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? Will I do it if I have to? Yes, I will. But do I want to? No. Not at all, man. Not by any chance. It's very important, man, that, again, like I said, you take some time and you gather your thoughts, find out what you want to do, find out what you're good at. And there's no greater feeling in getting paid to do something that you love. Now, also, aside from this podcast, I have another YouTube channel where I play PS4 games and I play Xbox games, and the goal with that is to build a following. I try hard every other week to get as many subscribers as I can on YouTube, because I would really love to make a living doing so. It's enough room out there for everyone. I just have to find my lane. And right now on the other YouTube page, I have 224 followers. Again, I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's something that I'm very passionate about, and it's something that I can see myself doing because it's fun. It makes me happy and it makes me laugh. I like live streaming, and I like to see people's responses when they see me make a mistake or something like that. Or with this current YouTube page, I was inspired to do because I wanted to talk about something else other than gaming. I wanted to talk about a lot of social issues, and again, for those who know me personally, they know I'm very into feeding the homeless and clothing the homeless, and I would somehow like to tie that in all into one, where I wouldn't have to rely on government assistance. I would love to be the person to see that these group of men or women have a baggage of clothes, a baggage of soap, socks, just something that can hold them over to get through the next day, man. I remember a few years ago, maybe a year ago, there was this gentleman at the train station where I go to work at, and his name was Kenny. And I thought Kenny was just a hustler or something like that, man. And sometimes I would give Kenny $1. And one day I didn't have it, and he understood, and he said, "Hey, brother, I'm going into rehab in another week or so," or maybe it might have been that following week. I think he might have told me on Monday, and I think I came back that Tuesday. And what I did was I went through my closet and I found some old sneakers and some old jeans, and in my mind, I'm saying to myself, I can't believe I got all this stuff sitting in this closet just collecting dust, and someone could be using it. So I cleaned out my closet, I put it in some bags, and I went to the train station the following day, and I looked for him and I saw him. He was on the other side of the platform, and I called him over and I said, "Hey, brother, I got them things for you, man." And he was so appreciative, man. The guy was skipping around, dancing and going on. But what really touched my heart was when I came back the following day, I saw him. He didn't keep the clothes for himself. He actually took those clothes and he handed it out to some of the people that he knew who needed help. And that really let me know that I can do this for the rest of my life. I can find it in my heart and in my spirit to see to it that another man or a woman is eating tonight. And it did so much for me, because I remember when I would hand out the sandwiches and stuff at the train station, I could have it always happened that day I would have one of the most stressful work days, where I just wanted to say F it and just walk away, and someone at work might have just pissed me off or did something to undermine my intelligence, and me being me, I just keep my cool, and as I like to say, my calm is my superpower. But anyway, I would get some sandwiches that they would throw out, so I would wrap them up, throw them in my book bag, and hand them out to the homeless. But what it did for me, it made me feel rich, because my spirit was so cleansed from the work day that I had. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I would get off the train and I'll just be furious because I know this is not a job that I really want to do for the rest of my life. But like I said, this is something that I will do if I have to. You know, it's a job and it pays my bills and it provides a roof over my head. But a true entrepreneurial spirit cannot settle for less than what he or she wants. And like I said, when I was feeding these homeless people, man, it filled my heart with so much joy and peace and power. I felt empowered to see another man or a woman smile, and they didn't feel like you were judging them. They knew that what I was giving them was from the heart. And for me to know that, you know, hey man, these people may not have somewhere to go tonight, but they got something in their stomach, man, something to drink. And I always had the vision in my mind where if I could set up a storefront, funded by myself, of course, where I can set up, maybe for men and women, like a bag of toiletries for them, like soap and feminine products for women, because I can only imagine what it's like. I can't imagine. I'm sorry. I can't imagine what it's like not to be able to bathe myself for a day. And these are the people that don't know when they're going to bathe properly again. Their main concern is finding shelter and finding food, and bathing is the last thing on their mind. So I figured, what if I get it myself together, set up a storefront, and you know, give them towels, give them soap, you know, set them in the, you know, somehow point them in the right direction. I'm sorry, where they can go get the assistance that they need. But what I was told, some of these guys tell me some of the homeless shelters are unsafe, and if you don't get in at a certain time, you lose your bed, and if you leave something, someone might steal it. But yeah, that's part of what I want to be part of my entrepreneurial journey. I would love to be in a position where I can help somebody and not have to really depend on government assistance. You know what I mean? They can help, but I would really like to take on that responsibility. Again, not to say that it's going to be easy, but I would love to. What's that word I'm looking for? I would love to take this platform. I would love this platform to allow me to put myself in a position where I can generate income, I can provide for myself, and I can see to it that he or she that's not in a good space, you know, like I said, not being able to shower, not being able to clean their hands, and you know, all they can think about is finding food. But I'm like, man, this has to be rough on them, especially if it's like a night like tonight. It's 85 degrees outside, and you know, these people gotta find a place where it's cool. You know, they might get put out of a train station or a banking center or something like that. And I'm like, yo, man, when I go home, I go home to an air conditioner. I just flip on and I just sit in my chair until I pass out and go to sleep. So I feel like that's my journey. I feel like that's something that I can do for the rest of my life. But I would love to do that on my own terms. And the only way you can do that on your own terms is if you're running your own business. You know what I mean? Where no one can tell you that you cannot take care of these people. This is something that you're doing on your own. And like I said, I have this platform that I'm on, this Aaron D. Glover, where, you know, I'm going to be commentating and just talking and giving you some words of encouragement. And then I have the other YouTube page where I play games and I stream, and where I try to gain a fan base with that. Because we all know now in 2018, streaming is the big thing, and people are making a decent living doing so. And I often say to people, I can't do this by myself. I really can't, man. And when I put these videos up, I actually do want your support. I actually want you to believe in what I believe. I need your energy. I need your motivation for me to take on this responsibility. I need your assistance in this journey because I believe in what I'm doing. I love what I do. You know, like I said, I love gaming, which is fun, and I can see that happening. It's attainable. It's hard, but it's attainable. I can attain that. And then you have the platform that we are on now, where again there are thousands of streamers out there and podcasters, and I salute them because they're doing very well, and you know, they can do what they want to do. You know, they can focus on their own journey. You cannot focus on your own journey if you're just going to work every day. Now, if you don't have an entrepreneurial spirit and you don't care to be part of the daily hustle of going to work and doing what the boss man asks you to do and doing what you're paid to do, then fine. If that's for you, then that's for you. But I know some of the people that I hang out with and speak with on a daily basis, they see greater things in themselves. You know, I often say to myself, again, as I said moments ago, that if you can find yourself amongst a group of men or women who are willing to sacrifice for the greater good. Sacrifice for the greater good, man, because it can get done. If you look at all these corporations and clothing lines and iced tea companies, if you look at all of these companies, man, they're doing it. When I think about the first time I saw an Arizona iced tea can, and I'll say, wait a minute, these guys are selling iced tea in a can for 99 cents. Now, it didn't take a rocket science to come up with that idea. It was affordable, and it's a nice, pretty can, and I like it. I actually buy the green tea all the time, and it's only 99 cents. And so, when you look at it, these people who run Arizona iced tea are all over the United States of America. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere, right? So just imagine if you and some like-minded individuals came up with an idea, a sound idea, where you can make a decent living and you can touch people, man. And I think that's what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants a chance to be great. Everybody wants a chance to do something amazing. You know what I mean? It's important that at any age, when you get the bug where you want to do something amazing, you better take it, man. Like I said, take your time, be patient, don't rush it. Come up with a business plan too. That's very important. That's for those who think they may need to go to a bank and get a low interest loan or something like that, or even if you're going for a grant, which would be very helpful. You know, it's very important that if you are going for one of these government grants, your business plan has to be in order and it has to be on point. I tried it, it didn't work for me. All I kept getting were people telling me, do I want a low interest loan? I'm like, no, I want a grant, not a low interest loan, because I can't afford to pay back no loan. But again, man, if you have a desire to do something great, and if you feel it in your spirit, you feel it in your bones, and you're passionate about it, I say go for it, man. But it's even greater when you're doing it with somebody else. It's important that you find somebody who understands and you understand them and they understand you, because it can easily go sour when two men or women no one's communicating, and you got someone who wants to do this, someone who wants to do that. When you come together as a collective, everyone has to be on the same page. Not everyone's gonna agree with what the next person is saying, but that's when the compromise comes in, and you have to do what's best for the company that you're in the group are working, trying to bring together. Now, what I would like to do is, I often talk to one of my, actually the guy who helps me with my podcast. He edits it for me, and I often say to myself, all I need is a nice image on a t-shirt, something that's marketable, something that'll catch someone's eye. I would literally put that on a t-shirt and let it speak for itself. There are thousands of websites out there where you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is submit the image, and if it sells, they get their cut, you get their cut. So just imagine my goal when I ran my t-shirt company, my only goal was to sell what did I say? Like 5,000 t-shirts, man. I don't know how many I sold. I know I sold a lot, maybe 300 t-shirts, 400 t-shirts, maybe. But I would love to be a fly on the wall and see somebody wearing the image that I designed and then I marketed. And I wouldn't even tell those people who I was. I would just look at them and be like, wow, it's another reason for me to be proud of myself. I accomplished something. Yeah, so I'm going to end this podcast by saying, follow your dreams, people. Don't give up. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. You can be 60 years old. If you have a dream, follow it. If you're 50 years old, if you have a dream, follow it. If you're 40 years old, if you have a dream, follow it. 30, 20, 25, whatever. Start now, man, because it can happen. You may not hear about all the success stories because most people make their money and they go on about their business. You know what I mean? But anyway, like I said, man, I want to thank everyone who's been watching this podcast. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for all the comments. And please, subscribe to this YouTube channel. As I stated once before, I'm trying to do great things with this, man. This is a great platform to let the world know that this is what you want to do. YouTube is a great excuse me, people. YouTube is a great platform to tell the world your dreams. Don't keep it to yourself. Sometimes you gotta put what you want into the universe so it'll come back. It might take some time, but it's attainable. So on that note, I'm going to say peace, stay cool, and God bless. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you, everyone. Peace.